Now it's recording. Right, start.
Hi everybody, nice for you to tune in and see our little film clips. Most of you will know me, I'm Paul Holden, I'm the chairman of Pulborough Angling, and we're just doing a few educational film clips to help you catch more fish. At Pulborough AS, we want to be more inclusive. We want everyone to catch fish. It doesn't matter if you're a junior, an adult or a senior. You join the club to catch the fish. I can't teach you how to catch fish, but I can offer you a little bit of advice. Some people that I meet up here tell me that they don't catch much, but all the lakes are full of fish. There is loads of fish, but I think a lot of people sometimes fish a little bit too heavy. So we've not got any monster carp. You don't need a 3-pound test curve carp rod. You don't need 30-pound line. So lighter lines, lighter rods, smaller hooks, you will catch more fish. So what I've done today, I've invited some of what I call my club experts. They're here to offer us some advice on what they do, how they catch fish, and hopefully you can take a little bit of learning off that and you will catch more fish. So please check out our short film clips and try the tactics for yourselves, and you will catch more fish. I'm looking forward to finding out how this helps you, but please get in touch if there are any other tactics you would like us to film, because we can add additional clips in the future. Thank you very much. I'll see you all soon. How does that sound?
Good morning.
Hang on. Start again, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Morning. I'm Mark. I'm on Heron, peg 18 today. I'm going to do a little bit of bomb fishing for you, just to give you a little insight on how I sort of attack this sort of peg. Just pellets really. You're going to use pellets in the bomb. Generally a pellet on the hook, but can mix it up with a wafter. Do you need to know any introductions, who I am?
That's, you can tell me everything you want or how you're doing it. Show us your set. Could you show us the setup, Mark, please?
Yeah, of course I can. Right, I've got basically a size 14 hook with a little simple bait band on the end.
Is that a pre-tied one?
That's a pre-tied one, actually.
Shelf,
yeah, Guru. It's about 7 pounds breaking strain line.
Right, yeah.
Little snap swivel so as I can change the hook length.
Right.
Just quicks off, clip the hook length off or hook it back on.
Yeah.
But I've got a little twizzled loop that's sort of twisted opposite to it.
Why do you use a swiveled loop, Mark?
Right, I use a twizzled loop purely and simply because on most venues I go to you have to use running lines.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Well done. See. You have to use a running line. With a twizzled loop, it gives it a little bit of restriction.
Right.
So you've got a little bit of restriction along there.
Yeah.
So that lead's free to run, but it gives it a little bit of restriction against the hook. Right. So the fish grabs it and it bolts against that little bit of resistance. Right,
because you've doubled the line.
Because you've doubled the line and it's given it a little sort of
slows it down. So it's almost like a bolt rig.
A bolt rig that's
semi-bolt.
Well, yeah, there's no bolt on there.
No.
It's literally free running, but it's just a little bit of fraction resistance which will set the hook and make the fish sort of tear off.
Thank you very much for that. All right, can we just look on your side tray?
Yeah, side tray is just simple. 8mm pellets, 6mm pellets, some 6mm Robin Reds and a pot of mixture ones.
Right.
Some venues you go to you have to use your fishery pellets, so I just have a Bombay mix of pellets so as I can always pick a pellet out of there wherever I go. So that one always stays on my bait tray wherever I go, whatever venue. Just a standard pellet I'm feeding today at the moment. I will swap it about with hook baits.
So for people that don't know, what's that?
That's just literally a band opener.
Right.
So because I'm blind, you push that into the band, push it open, it opens the band, and pop the pellet in.
Inside, and it just closes. Oh right, thanks for that.
And it just sits just below the bend of the hook.
Yep.
Nice and flat, so the hook's always visible.
Right. So, here we go then.
What I like to try and do is try and get some pellets. And then try and aim the bomb roughly where that landed.
Right. I'll tell you what, that was pretty close to where you fed.
It's unusual for me. Just sink the line. running the rod rest.
Yeah.
I like to keep it free so as my rod's away from me
Yeah.
a bit, so as I'm not across my knees, so any movement on there's a movement.
Right.
And then just sit there with a slight bend in the tip.
Slight bend in the tip. Yeah.
Sit and watch. About every 30 seconds to a minute or so I'll put sort of 6 pellets or so in. Just to pop over the top, just to get a bit of interest.
Right.
You'll see there'll be line bites and the tip will hopefully start moving quite quickly. When there's fish there, you'll know.
It's got one next door.
Yeah. So it's a lovely venue, well kept. Peg 18's a beautiful peg, nice and open water, ideal suited for a bomb fishing.
Yeah. I can see fish moving on the top there.
There's a line bite there now, the tip's just sort of flicking about, so there's
See
definitely
if
fish
I
moving.
can zoom in on the tip a bit. Right.
Generally a bite will be the rod tip going off, or sometimes they can dislodge the lead and it'll come back
Just
on you.
lift it up and it will go slack.
Yeah.
Drop back.
But yeah, you don't need, it's a nice little short rod.
Yeah.
Preston ignition, really cheap really, to be truthful, about £40.
Oh, it's very
Comes
good.
with multiple changing
And what
tips.
is that? 9, 10 foot?
It's 10 foot.
10 foot.
There's no distance to cast, so there's no reason for sort of massive rods here. Hopefully that rod tip will go round. You can vary the amount of feed you feed, sometimes sort of 6 pellets, sometimes 8 pellets, sometimes 10 pellets, sometimes 2 pellets. Just a bit of noise constantly going in.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing to note, is it's not a commercial fishery.
No.
It's a club water,
Yeah.
and little and often is generally the best way.
Yeah, you need a little bit of noise going in just to entice the fish to the area really. They move around a lot. Fish have got fins, they will swim from peg to peg. You'll see them all day cruising through. Just keep dripping a bit in, they will drop down on it. If you find you're getting a lot of fish up in the water, sometimes a bigger pouch full of pellets, but less often.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
So they're looking for more bait, but not coming up, picking them up because you're constantly firing them in.
Yeah. So how long do you leave it between casts, or is it?
I normally leave between 3 and 5 minutes, depending. In the winter, I will leave it up to 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'll time it on a stopwatch.
Right.
And sometimes you'll get, at 7 minutes, you'll get a little twitch.
Uh-huh.
And then 15 minutes, the rod might go. And it might be between 7 and 15 minutes every time you'll get a bite or a knock.
Yeah.
Whereas if you'll think, oh yeah, it's about 7 minutes, wind in, you may have missed that time where a fish is confident enough to come over that feed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's patience, but in the summer, generally another plot is worth doing.
Yeah, you honestly believe that they do come to the noise.
They do come to the noise.
And that, to almost prove that.
Give them a nudge with the landing net like I normally do.
Well, knock it off. Is it a baby then? You can swing it.
No, Steve.
Play into the gallery. Hey! Well done, Mark.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks, Paul.
Is that the first one?
That is the first one, yes, mate.
Yeah,
Right.
see if you can hold it up and show us your lovely gnashers. Let's even get the hook out. Nice one, mate.
There you go.
Look at that, and it's behaving. How big do you reckon that is?
That's probably £4.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's recording.
It's recording. There we go again, Steve.
Well done, Mark. Yeah. So, you can catch on the bomb and you can catch on the method.
Oh yeah, I've also had a couple of skimmers.
Oh, that's interesting, because Steve over the other side's had a couple and he's just lost one.
Just lost one.
Yeah, I was filming it, but I hope I've got the bite. You could tell it was a skimmer bite.
Another carp again, about £4.
I would say so. Well done, mate. Thank you.